At -71 degrees Celsius, the Siberian wilderness becomes a place where life feels impossible. The air burns the lungs, the wind cuts through bone, and silence stretches endlessly across the frozen land. And on one bitter morning, a 72-year-old woman named Anya stepped outside her small wooden cabin to begin another lonely day, unaware that this moment would change her life. As she gathered firewood, her eyes caught a faint movement near the snow-covered trees. At first, it looked like nothing more than a shadow, but as she moved closer, she realized it was a young red fox, injured, trembling, and half buried in ice. Its leg twisted, fur frozen, and breath so weak it barely fogged the air. Anya knew that in such extreme cold, the fox had only hours left to live, and helping it was dangerous, especially for someone her age. Foxes can bite, they carry disease, and lifting it could cost her own life. So she stood there, frozen, not just by the cold, but by the weight of the decision, until the fox slowly lifted its eyes and looked at her, not with fear, but with pure exhaustion. And in that moment, Anya chose compassion. She removed her gloves, wrapped the fox tightly in her thick wool shawl, pressed it against her chest, and walked step by painful step back to her cabin as the wind screamed and snow blinded her vision. Inside, she placed the fox near the stove, rubbed its frozen paws, and whispered gentle words as if it were a child. That night was the coldest of the year. The fox burned with fever, its breathing uneven, and Anya stayed awake feeding it warm broth, adding wood to the fire, and using old herbal remedies learned long ago. Many times through the dark hours, she believed the fox would die. But just before dawn, it opened its eyes fully, and over the following days, it slowly grew stronger, first eating, then standing, then carefully walking again. While Anya never tried to tame it or keep it, she simply shared her space, her warmth, and her silence, speaking softly while cooking and watching it sleep near the fire. And in a place where winters erase roads and loneliness can feel endless, neither of them was alone anymore. Until one quiet morning, the fox stood by the open door, its fur thick and bright again, and Anya understood what it was asking. She opened the door wider and stepped aside, watching as the fox walked into the snow, paused for a brief moment, turned back as if to remember her, and then disappeared into the white wilderness, leaving Anya standing there with a gentle smile, knowing that even in the coldest place on earth, kindness can survive, and sometimes saving a fragile life also heals a lonely heart.